All right, we're back. Fuck talk with Fern Mac. Sorry about last week, guys, but we're back. Little scheduling issue.
Yeah, thank God they didn't sweep on Saturday night, or we would have really been
Blew it.
SOL.
We would have blew
Yes,
it.
they
It's
did.
it's okay though.
Well, I'm glad they didn't get swept, and they won 8-1, suckers.
So what? Okay, we'll get into it. But how are you though? Are
Doing
you
good.
enjoying this? Because I know you're not.
I enjoyed Saturday night. I enjoyed watching that game,
Yeah. So
and I also enjoyed it because Drysdale and McDavid were so far out of the picture. Not that I have a problem with Drysdale, but I mean all the guys that were scoring and everything. That's all they kept saying was, "It's nice to see other people getting talked about."
not really, because at the end of the day, even though it was 8-0, everybody was talking about how McDavid broke the postseason scoring record, combined scoring.
Yeah, but how
He
how
beat
many goals did he
Malkin.
have in that game?
One, 3 assists.
Right, but I mean, for the first 6 goals, none of them had anything to do with him or Draisaitl.
No, he scored
Right,
the
and that's what they were
fourth.
talking about in the beginning of the
He
game.
scored the fourth.
Who?
He scored the fourth goal.
Who? McDavid
Mm-hmm.
or Draisaitl?
No, McDavid. It was a
Which
breakaway.
one? Oh, I don't know. When I was listening, all they were saying, and I was loving it, was that
Yeah, he scored the
it
fourth
was good to
goal.
see
To, s-
the
to, s-
team
to start the second period.
doing all this stuff without them,
Yeah,
and I was digging it.
and Draisaitl got the assist on the third goal to Holloway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so see, this is what happens with the Oilers. Um, they'll be shut down for 3 games, and then they could turn it on. This is what they do. When they win big because they can score.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I don't think they're. I think the Panthers will still win tonight, and it is better to win at home anyway.
tomorrow. Well, if we're
It's
dropping this
tonight.
tomorrow, so yeah, tonight. It's tomorrow night. We're recording on
Oh, it's
Monday
tomorrow
night.
night.
Yeah, it's tomorrow night.
I
Travel
swear,
day.
I know, but the Saturday, Sunday. I swear, I thought they just said it was tonight. Okay,
No, because they're back in Florida, so it's
got
got
excited for nothing then.
an extra night. Um, yeah. So the Oilers woke up. They went 8-1. Bob gets pulled after the fourth goal, I think,
That
or
poor
the
guy,
fifth.
man, he doesn't get a break, so it's probably kind of good for him.
I mean, it's okay. I think they looked. I went out to see it. I went out with Brendan to see it. We almost put money on. Well,
The Panthers.
my dumbass was going to put money on the Panthers. Uh,
Hmm.
he was going to put money on the Oilers because I was in a love hate thing with
Hmm.
the game because I like this Panthers team and I wanted them to win, but I also like if they would have swept, hockey would have been done, less to talk
I
about.
know. I
So
know.
we deep down, I mean, that's what he was cheering for is like more hockey.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
doesn't want it to end, but
Hmm.
yeah, the it was cool. I think Florida did look a little off from the beginning. They just kind of looked out of it. I don't know if out of it was the word, but they just weren't like clicking like they were before. They looked off, and
Yeah.
the Oilers took advantage of that. And
Well, it's bound to happen in one game. Geez.
yeah, I mean,
But then I was reading about Bobrovsky, and they were saying, like, one of the articles was like, this is probably going to take him out of contention for what, the Vesna or something. I'm thinking, you people are nuts.
yeah, I mean, but
For one game, give me a break.
it's been the worst game of the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying one game, give me
no,
a
that's what
break.
I mean.
The
That's what I
guy's
mean.
done phenomenal.
It's been the worst game of the playoffs. He's been
Oh,
great. He's
right.
kind
Yeah.
of as good as the Florida's defense is. He's kept them in. Then he's been a big part of the defense because
Yeah, and his defense didn't do too much for him that night. So, I mean,
no,
you can't, you know,
they were off the whole time,
I
and
just think
then and
I
then
hate when they get on the goalies.
towards the end they started to get a little rough.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Chucky took a couple blows at McDavid. It was fun to see.
Hmm.
Um,
After it
but
was like 6-1, I think I kind of faded out. I was
well,
starting to
I
fall.
left the place we were watching it at after the
Oh, okay.
second because I was like, yeah, this is done. Um,
Hmm.
I had it on, but I wasn't paying attention to the third period. But
Right.
yeah, I mean,
I fell asleep to it on. I did have it on, but
Florida's coming back home, home ice advantage, and I still think they're the favorite. This it doesn't mean it can't happen,
Hmm.
but it never has happened that somebody comes back 3-0
Really,
in
that's never
this.
happened.
No, not in the Stanley Cup at least. I mean, it's
Okay,
happened before.
playoffs, but not the final.
Panthers Panthers last year against Boston were down 3-1 and came back
Oh,
and
right.
beat them in that first round. Uh, Flyers
Yeah.
Flyers did it to Boston back in 2012 to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals in the Eastern Conference Finals. So
Yeah.
it's it's happened, but the percentage is real low of these
Gotcha.
things happening. Like it's just hard to win like four in a row in general,
Right.
even when you've been dominating like the Panthers have. But no,
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
if they're gonna win, I'd rather, anybody that's gonna win, I'd want you to win at home. I always thought it was
yeah,
crappy when the Caps won in Vegas. Like, what a blow.
yeah. I mean, it's such a obviously the experience they gained last year from playing against the Knights, your favorite team, where they only won one game that
Yeah,
whole series.
that wasn't their best. I mean, they played the other playoff games better than.
Well, it was their, it was the first time there, and I think that a lot of times that is people don't make because some people don't make a big deal about it, but it is like some people do. There is a pressure like you're here, and then
Oh yeah,
when you've experienced it, then like it's just another game or just
not
another set
not
of games. So
right.
um, now they have that experience. They learned. They got basically won one game,
Yeah.
lost 4-1, and you learn from it. I mean, it took Vegas a couple of years, but they learned from losing to
Oh
the
yeah.
Caps. So it was the Caps, right?
Yeah. The first, yeah, when they
Yeah.
got beat. Yes. Yep.
And that whole team was different. So that's a whole different thing too. A lot of those
Hmm.
players weren't the same players that were there a few years ago. But this is
Yeah.
Florida has a lot of the same guys. And also, if you look at last year, Bob was benched during the playoffs. He wasn't
Hmm.
even like
I remember that.
in
Yeah.
the series against Vegas. So he's had a bounce back year when, people
Who was their goalie last year? I'm trying to think.
Aiden play for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It was who was on that team? But
Not a big deal. I just was
he their goalie, which I mean, it's kind of hard to come in hot, um, cold, I should say,
right.
the bench. But their backup goalie during the season had like was top five with Bobrovsky and like goals against or and save
Oh, that's
percentage.
good.
So like it wasn't like he was like a
Yeah, but
slouch
Bob's played like
himself.
every game in the playoffs, hasn't he?
What?
Bob played every game in the playoffs?
Yes,
This,
yes. Usually,
yeah, yeah.
unless you have a bad game, usually that'll happen. And I think Maurice is going to go back to him. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
you can't just give up on the guy. The guy's been having a great playoffs. It was Alex Lyon. That's who was playing last year
Hmm.
for them.
I mean, I remember the name, but
Yeah, former Fly,
um,
the Red Wing this year. But
and who's Skinner's backup? Because they haven't.
Picard,
I mean, they've been playing Skinner like they don't have a backup.
they do.
I
It's
know,
name
but
is Picard or something.
okay.
He um he came in because he benched Skinner after Skinner had like a bad like 2 games against
Hmm.
who was it that was it Vancouver I think, and then he benched Skinner for 2 games and then put him back in Knobloch. But I mean
Yeah.
it's just different weird things people coaches
Yeah.
do. It becomes
Yep.
a Calvin Picard is his name.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the backup, but
Well,
he's
yeah.
played
I
a
mean,
few
it
games.
hasn't been as bad as I anticipated, so I've enjoyed watching it. It's just that game was kind of fun because when they were up two, like it was like two, then three, then when I was thinking if they come back and lose this, or Panthers come back and win this, that'll be
Yeah,
amazing. But
because it was 2-1 at one point, and
yeah, right.
then like with like 4.5 minutes left in the first period,
That place was going
Oilers
crazy.
scored again, and then
I'm glad they won something at home. I mean, I really didn't want them to get swept.
I mean
I
I'm
don't
not
like
gonna
to see
lie,
that.
not gonna lie. Every game of the series I've thought about going. There was text sent out about are we doing this? Um, didn't happen. There's already text about tomorrow. Like we
Why
should
don't you? I
be
was gonna
there.
say, why don't you go to tomorrow's game?
The tickets are really high because they might
Again, it's
clinch.
not your team, so I don't
They
know.
might clinch, but do a live show from the Elbow Room
Oh,
down in Fort
sure.
Lauderdale. Um,
We can call out tomorrow
but
together.
yeah, it's on record, so now we can't. Uh,
I mean, they don't know when
but
we're posting the or airing this.
but I mean,
Kidding.
I'm glad they got a win at home. I did love the crowd
Mhm.
chanting, oh, not
Yeah.
singing in unison, "Oh Canada"
Yeah, that's
after a
nice.
certain part. It was
It
really
is
good.
nice to see. Yeah.
Um, they were pretty loud for the Star Spangled Banner as well, but just hearing,
I'm just saying when they're playing our national anthem, people are screaming night at night. I'm just saying, pay attention
yeah,
because they do.
well,
Just
I
saying.
mean, some people have different things. I mean, I don't know how to really feel
No,
about
it
it,
has
but
nothing to do with that. It's Vegas
the
fans in the
Caps
crowd. I'm
say
sorry.
what? Oh, or
Who cares what the
there's a
Caps
part where the
say?
Caps fans say
Oh,
something about the
shit, because they stink.
anthem.
Just
Yeah,
saying. Just
there's
kidding. That's not nice.
different teams that I think the Orioles every time there's a O they scream the O like
Oh,
the
yeah, they
baseball
do.
team the Orioles. So
And then Panthers do red when they say red.
no, yeah, well, wow, whatever.
Everybody trying to get it. Please, everybody trying to get in on it on the national anthem.
Yeah, leave it alone. Just let the guy
I
sing about a
know.
girl.
Although I do like
But
the night part.
I think this wraps up tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
Um,
you're right.
I think I mean it could be a like a switch that just got turned on for Ottawa. I mean Ottawa, for Edmonton.
I know. I think you said that earlier, and I was like, wait, what?
No, yeah, maybe I don't know. Why is
What?
Ottawa in my mind? We gotta
You want to go there? I don't know.
I mean,
A.
I haven't been to Toronto or Ottawa, so I gotta knock down those stadiums. Both in um, they're both in
It's getting a little
Ontario.
warm out here. Gotta move my hair up.
They're both in Ontario, so gotta kill two birds with one stone.
True.
But there's no direct flights to Edmonton. Also, that trip would have been horrible. It takes like 15 hours to get there because it's like one or two
It's
stops.
always on the. I mean, that's all the way on the West Coast, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like above like Montana or something.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, there's no direct flights into Edmonton, so everything's uh
I figured that was the reason you didn't go.
Well, that's the main reason because I looked at tickets at one point. It was like 300 or something, but then it was like flight time 15 hours, two
Oh,
stops,
forget it. That
two
is not
stops.
worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So
No.
takes you a week, a fortnight, as they say,
Okay. Oh,
in your little show.
okay, Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Takes a fortnight to get there. But I think it should be over tomorrow. The Panthers will win a title before I get to see a title for my team that's been around longer than the Panthers have been around, and this will be
All
back
right.
to back years that I get to see a team that is younger in history than the team I like.
That's
Uh,
all right. There's always next year.
win a title. There isn't, but it's okay. At least I know it.
Not with that
Uh,
attitude.
I mean, I'm not making the decisions. I'm just saying,
Hmm.
um, not a bad luck.
Oh,
Not a bad luck.
but I just hung up on you. Sorry.
Just a little freeze. But yeah, I mean, other outside of hockey, the other news is everybody's typing up the draft in the sphere. I'm not going. Somebody asked me. Was it you that asked me? Somebody asked me. Like, I'm not going to the sphere,
No,
the draft. Um,
that thing's so cool.
is it? I heard there's a lot of like dizziness.
I don't know. I think it's super cool. And like when they do certain things, I always, because my dad, he's always saying we should go to Vegas to see a Vegas game. And I sent him a thing. I guess the Eagles, the group, they're playing
Yeah.
there in October. So he was like, "Oh, how can we'll go there and then
Well,
we'll go
they're
see a
all
Knights
renting
game." He
it.
said, "Huh?
Like all those bands are renting it. Like, I think U2
I
was
know,
did
but I know, but if it gets me out there for a Knights game, I don't care.
U2 did like a week during Super Bowl week, and
I know, it's cool.
I
It's
think
pretty
recent
cool.
I think recently Dead and Company was there for like a week.
I don't
And
know, but
then
they do like sunrise and sunsets on. It's really cool.
yeah, I don't know, but and then the Blue Jackets fire their coach. I think that's a little. It might be a little late in the process. Who's out there that's left? We'll see. But
Oh, there was
yeah.
one coach I was wondering why he did or how he hasn't gotten picked up yet.
Ooh,
I
talking
know
about
I'm trying to think who
Seattle.
it was.
Seattle's okay.
Yeah, well,
Haxtell.
no, he has. Who'd he go to,
Dave Haxtell. I don't think
or
he
has
got
he
hired.
not? Maybe he was the one I was thinking of.
I don't think nobody's hired
Does
Dave.
anybody really want him? I mean,
I mean, he didn't do bad there.
yeah, I don't know. They didn't really give him much of a chance, I feel
It's
like.
only his second time like coaching like a professional team. I mean, not
Right.
he used to coach like college, and then the Flyers hired him, and then yeah, that's how that went. But I mean, it wasn't bad. Second year they made the playoffs, which was last year, and then
Yeah, they didn't give him too much of a chance.
yeah, I mean, it's an
Guess they know
expansion
what they
team.
want. They know what they don't want.
Uh, wins. They don't want wins, but
Apparently. No, they didn't do well. I think they'll be all right.
yeah, they'll be all right.
Of
But
course, I thought Buffalo would be all right this year too. So look at
yeah, I
that.
know. Well, they got Lindy Ruff coming back, so you know what happens when you get back with an old girlfriend. Not many good things, so we'll see.
Mm-mm.
But
That was just dumb.
I'm
I
really
guess we'll see.
I brought it up, but now I'm thinking about it a little more. I'm really not looking forward to the end of hockey.
I
Um,
know
I mean, we'll get to it when it gets to it, but I was just thinking, like, it's been a really good season,
it has been. This has been fun.
just for hockey
Let's
in
not
general.
act like it's over yet.
Well, it's not because we're gonna keep going doing some things, but it's not. But it might be over tomorrow. But
Well, my
nobody.
kid still has hockey, so I can keep you updated on that.
Yes, okay, that'll work. Anything hockey is welcome here.
That's right. Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
I don't have anything else this week because nothing's happened besides these finals, which most people thought were gonna be over, including me Saturday, but now we get tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night will be it.
And you're so into it that you thought the game was tonight.
I really did think it was tonight. I swear we were just watching it on TV and they were talking about it. And that's why I guess I thought it was tonight.
Nah, they're all in sync. Tonight is the basketball
Yeah, I
game
saw
five as
that
well.
too, but
Game
hmm.
five, and then they're not going to share the screen time.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
think about
so
that.
they're both using the
Well,
extra travel days and all that. So,
gotcha.
but yeah,
Well,
we'll be
I
back next
guess
week.
next week we'll have a Stanley Cup
If
winner and we can talk about that
if for the fans, if the series ends tomorrow, there's a planned live broadcast of me and
by yourself.
maybe a couple of drunk friends of mine.
I was gonna say not this drunk
Um,
friends.
no, she's gonna be asleep, and I
Yeah,
won't bother her, even though we're off the next day on our regular jobs.
I mean,
But because it's a holiday. But
yes.
yeah, there should be a live after the show. I tried to go live by myself and couldn't because YouTube, I didn't set it up right. But I tried to record something and I nobody was available and I tried to do it and I only could talk for 3 minutes. It was really hard to do something just bouncing things off myself because I
I
just
find that hard to believe you could only talk for 3 minutes.
yeah, well, I couldn't keep
Three
repeating the
minutes.
same thing. Like, oh,
I
Florida was really
mean,
good out there in the on the
you
fourth
get
check.
those long
And
stories. You know what I mean?
yeah, well, I wasn't telling the story. People saw the game. We just wanted people to see what
Obviously.
we saw. But yeah, but
Mm.
there is possibility, not a big possibility. We're going live. Uh, some people will have a couple of beers in their system, maybe live from the elbow room. I don't
Well,
know.
I can't wait to watch that.
Well, you'll watch it the next morning. So,
I will. Yes.
but yeah, until next week,
Go
tune in.
Knights, go.
There it is.